Hello, my name is Raymond. I wanted to comment on the Mayweather Maidana 2 fight. I just got something done seeing it, and I was, as usual, disappointed with the lack of courage that Floyd shows. You know, here's the deal: if you're a super talented athlete and a boxer, one of the best boxers in the world, why do you have to constantly run and hold? It's just beyond me. That just shows basically that you don't trust your ability, or you're scared that the guy's going to hurt you on the inside. And the other story is Kenny Bayless. Kenny Bayless, takes a point away from Maidana for basically trying to get, pushed Mayweather away from him because he just kept holding him. And not once in that fight. I'm gonna watch it whenever I get some time. Maybe you can watch it and count how many times Mayweather held in that fight. I think that's not only disrespectful to the other fighter, but to the fans who pay to see the fight. We don't pay if we wanted to see grappling and holding and all kinds of stuff. That's why they have UFC. Boxing, you should be penalized for excessive holding, which is what this guy does. As soon as Maidana came in to do work on the inside, he grabbed constantly, and then whenever they got in close, Kenny Bayless steps in and separates them, which basically takes the advantage away, takes the advantage and gives it to Mayweather, because he's best when he's outside using his speed and his movement. But on the inside, he has trouble, so he decided to hold constantly. So I wonder, and I think if you're a boxing fan, and if you're know anything about boxing, you would ask yourself what the fight would have been like if either Mayweather got penalized or warned for his constant holding, and I think it would have been a different fight. He knew he could get hurt with the inside game of Maidana, the ferocity that he shows on the inside. So the way he did it was holding and running. I mean, the last round, it's just few rounds. All he did was run, run. And when doesn't a referee, at what point do you say enough is enough? Fight, or I'll take a point away from you. Or, basically Maidana fought two guys. He fought Mayweather, holding and running, and he fought Kenny Bayless, taking a point away and not from him, for trying to get rid of Mayweather's holding when he tried to get loose from him, and he fell on the ground, on the canvas. So then people ask themselves why, the boxing commissions and all the people in the boxing world, you don't have to be a genius to know why people are disgusted with boxing these days, from just blatant robberies from judges. They're way too common. You would think that by 2014, they would enforce some type of oversight of these judges who scored horrendous, really bad decisions and take fights away from fighters. And at what point do you say enough is enough? Well, if this is what's happened, the people have done it for them. The people have said enough is enough. And I think personally that I think Mayweather is going to be probably the last big draw in a while as far as fighting. But to be quite honest with you, I don't see myself. I didn't pay. I went to one of those restaurants that played, but I don't see myself even going to see another fight. His next two fights, who's he going to fight? Who's he going to fight? If he doesn't fight Manny Pacquiao, nobody's going to buy his pay-per-views because they're just disgusted. Everybody, I mean, if you watched the fight, I don't know, maybe in your place they didn't, but all you got was boos at the end of the fight, and rightfully so. He ran the whole round, and a couple of other rounds. So that's all he did too. Then he starts complaining about getting bit in the hand or some pussy excuse like that. I'm just disgusted by it. This guy, let me say this: if Mayweather had been in the era of Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearns, Wilfredo Benitez, Wilfredo Gomez, Azuma Nelson. I mean, the list is as long. What's his name? Julio Cesar Chavez. All this era. I grew up with this boxers, man. And he would have just been another guy. Yeah, he would have been champion and stuff, but he would have been just Joe Blow out there getting his ass whooped, by these guys who were real tough guys. You didn't see these guys constantly holding. You hold when you go in there. If you hold, if you get in trouble, if you get hit hard, you try to hold and survive. You don't hold as part of your strategy, because that is that's a penalty. You can get penalized for that. But you get all these judges like Kenny Bayless. I mean, it was so blatant that this guy was biased for Mayweather, that it was nauseating. He never ever once called him his attention or warned him for holding. Never. And that's all. He did kept holding and holding. Yeah, he won the fight, sure. If I'm that talented, I'm that fast, and I have a referee that does not let my opponent fight on the inside, plus he doesn't warn me, and I get to hold all I want. The only advantage that Maidana could have had was fighting on the inside, and Kenny Bayless took it away. Plus the combination by separating them. As soon as they got close, Kenny Bayless broken apart. Break. He wouldn't let him fight on the inside. Plus Mayweather kept holding, and Kenny Bayless didn't do anything. So what do you expect the people to do? The people are just fed up with it. We're not going to keep paying for this shit. And, I think we're going to see, if they don't get their shit together in the boxing world, it's just going to, be a sport that's not going to, it's not going to have a huge following like it did. Because when Mayweather retires, who's out there that you're going to pay to see fight? Who are you going to pay $60, $70 to go see fight, to watch a fight? Who? Think about that. Who are you going to pay from $50 to $70 to bring your friends over to fight? No one. There's nobody out there. Pacquiao, but who's Pacquiao going to fight? He's beat the shit out of every name out there. So, think about that for a minute. If they want people to, if they want the glory days of boxing back, they need to start being professional and stop all this bullshit. And the commissions need to step it up and say, no, we're not going to allow this. But as crooked as boxing is, I don't think I see that happening. There are great boxers out there. They just don't have the names that and the draw that it had. So I was disappointed in the fight. Not so much. I think Maidana could have thrown more. But then again, every time he tried to go in the inside game, which is his his forte, he got grabbed and separated by Kenny Bailey. So basically, he got beat by two guys tonight. Shame on Mayweather and shame on Kenny Bailey. And I still give props to Maidana. Always a warrior. He never complained. It's like, no, I fought, I tried, I didn't. I think I was aggressive and all that stuff. So he did the best that he could do under the circumstances.